What's up? I'm HypeHype. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today is an exciting day. We are going to go over the new updates in HypeHype version 1.6. HypeHype is a dope app that lets anybody make and play games all on their phone, tablets, and even desktop browser. There's thousands of games you can play and easily remake in your own way by pressing a single button. The app is currently on early access, which means go to hypehype.com/get access, sign up with your email, and they will send you a link for Android or iOS in 48 hours. If you've ever wanted to make games on your phone, check it out. HypeHype, create and play games. If you like this kind of content where I talk about making and playing games, hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon. It means a lot to me. It helps out the channel. First things first, multiplayer support. Play, compete, and hang out online with your friends. New multiplayer games are added frequently to a brand new multiplayer feed, accessed from home. More features coming soon. Please test and give feedback. This is great. In HypeHype, you've always had the scrolling kind of like the TikTok feed system. Oh, I love this game, and I think I have the high score. Yeah, still got the high score. On the top right, there is a For You, which is basically like all the games that are out there. Before there was For You and the people you follow. Now we have new trending, followed, the people you already follow. Live now, if you want to watch people editing and making games, this is where you go. And then we have multiplayer. Now, I was playing multiplayer the other day. It's still new. It's still in beta. HypeHype is in early access, but they need testers. They need people to help make it better. Here's the feed. Right now, there's only a few games. Ooh, this one's new. I'm going to check this one out in a second. Sometimes they loop over and over again. Here we can see it beginning to loop and just showing the same games over. I don't know exactly how to tell if somebody's playing. It currently looks like nobody is playing, but the other day I was doing a live stream and I just went to this new feature and I messaged somebody. You can message people. You can see those conversations, which is cool. That's the second part of the update, the social hub. Chat with your friends and other players in the same multiplayer session. More features coming soon. Please test and give feedback. This whole setup is the social hub, and these are the comments and stuff that people put onto your hypes. So I was playing the other day, and me and Samander, and I think the X showed up. And there may have been one or two other players. Not really sure how to tell who's playing or who's who, but again, this is all new. It's being developed. It's still being built out, and HypeHype needs your help, my help, to find sticky points, what could be smoothed out. And this was cool. This was kind of like a DJ lounge made by Hamu. You just have a character looking shape dude. You can even play some music on the stereo. The other characters that come in are other shapes. The biggest question I saw around multiplayer was, how do I make multiplayer games? And you can't. Not yet anyways. Soon you'll be able to. I think if you want to make multiplayer games, you can make multiplayer like games, just like any other game in HypeHype, but make it in mind to have a multiplayer aspect so that when everyone can make multiplayer games, you have a good foundation of what it is you want to build. Basically, crawl before you walk, walk before you run. A lot of people have made multiplayer-like games with one or two players all on one screen. It's not the ideal solution, but this version just came out and is being tested. We got the multiplayer support, got the social hub. Next, we have personal library added to the menu bar. Find quickly, recently favorited games. Let's go take a look at that. This is the menu bar. Here we have the library. This is new. I've been doing a better job at favoriting games. There's heart or games that you like. Just to show example, here's a new one that I've spent too much time playing this morning. Like any game you like, you can heart it. That means you like it, and you can tap it again, and it is now added to your library, and you can go to this menu to find it. There's a place where you can just go and find find your favorite games. Next we have report an issue or provide feedback in new features, suggestions directly in app settings. Accessed from settings. The settings are over here. Oh, it's in the settings while editing. So if I hit this remix, here in the settings tab, we have report a problem. This is great. If you haven't joined the Discord channel for HypeHype yet, I strongly recommend it. There's a lot of people here hanging out, talking about making games, playing games, showing their game, asking questions. And this is also where I would go to let HypeHype know of any issues or bugs that I see in HypeHype, as the app is still in early access. But now instead, you can go and select report a problem. This all looks like a CRM. That's a customer relationship management tool where people can talk about issues that they found, and this will go to the HypeHype team and to other users, so you can see if other people are having similar problems and if there was a resolution. Personal profile pic is now visible in the menu bar when logged into the app. Because of this latest update, I was encouraged to update my profile pic, which is now this robo dude surfing with the name Hypesy on the board. This was a lot of fun to do as the character looks more cartoony. I have it so if you tap the screen, there's this whole other world behind it. You can see it on the bottom right. It shows the profile pic. I noticed that I see it a lot in multiple places whenever your game is shown. Here we can see this puzzle game. You can see my little pic over there. Next we got inbox notifications can be expanded to show more notifications when grouped. I wasn't sure what that means, but here if we go to inbox, this is the inbox notifications. I'm not sure how they get grouped. It looks like there's a chat. There's people on the chat to the right, and it looks like all these are my friends. Trending feed shows now how many trending have been added. Not only is the trending feed here, which it's saying there is no trending hypes, which is not true, because you can also go to discover, and here we can see the trending feed. It could be that I've gone through all the trending feed already, so it thinks that there's no more. This is all being tested. Ooh, this is cool. That is cool. Next, we have touch controller has a slightly smaller draggable area that makes play more accurate. Now we can pick one of these games. The touch controller is this over here. Can't tell immediately if these are more accurate, but let's go into this game. I don't know if the icon images on the buttons were updated in the last update or a couple of updates ago, but I wanted to point it out as I think it's really cool. Let's go to the hierarchy, type joystick. I noticed this when I was messing around, but there's multiple selections when it comes to appearance, like sci-fi is cool, and we can change the icon. You can see the boost is a flame and the appearance totally looks sci-fi. I think this was done a couple of updates ago. I think they look dope. My new favorite one is the sci-fi. Next we got Hype's remixed icon in the feed changes color when more remixes have been made. Here in the feed, we can see the Hype icon right here is white. This one's white. Sticky's Infinite Airstrike has lots of remixes, so we can see the HypeHype icon is green. Alright, now let's get to the editor notes. Creators can write notes and support other creators and remixers. This is a really great feature. You could always put notes in your hypes that were like invisible to help other people understand what's going on, but now this functionality makes it that much easier to communicate to other hypesters. To add the notes features, you want to pull out the menu on the left and it'll be here if you haven't added, and then just drag it or tap it and move it over here. And then when you want to add a note, this is just a little note, kind of like a sticky note, and we can put these all over any hype you make to help players understand what's going on in the game. Here we got if player touches edge wall, game restarts. These are just helpful little notes put into the game so that if anybody goes in, tries to remix fix it, they don't get confused, they have helpful tips from the creator. And next we got material modifier logical node. Change material properties on target objects. In the announcement, Yob commented on the material modifier logic node, and let's check out this video. Here we got a wave generator, color mixer node, and the material modifier. And with those adjustments, we can see how the block is changing. Let's try the material modifier logic node. All right, let's get a wave generator, a color mix, and a material modifier. Here we can see the Gizmo visualization improvement for axis movement and rotation. And that's when you touch these triangles, you see where it moves. Here, let's grab this dude and go up, left, back and forth, or even for rotation. See the blue, red, green. Good thing to know when you're messing around with this. You can also change it for the global or local axes, which I do find myself doing on occasion depending on what object I'm moving and where it is. These only work when you touch the XYZ icons. If you touch the button icon that's green, it'll just move the object around. Not sure which axis is being affected. Let's see if we can get this material to change. Output value go into the color factor. And let's change these colors from dark blue to a, I don't know, reddish pink. And to output, we got two colors. Let's try the first one. The material go here, put that to be the object, and let's hit play. All right, we need to loop it. I think I forgot to set it to loop, and let's change the duration to 1 second each. Maybe this color needs to be white. It looks like that there's a base color and then the color mix happens. Wonder what happens if we select black. Very cool. This seems like it'd be really fun to play with. Could be cool for like streetlights. If you want to make some kind of like neon city, this is definitely the way to go. Next we got shake your device, open quick menu, undo. Now does that work on the iPad? Okay, that's, I don't feel like I would do this on my iPad. Definitely when I'm developing on my phone. A quick shake, undo, reset camera view, also super helpful, and Wiki help. Next we got improve editor functionality and visuals. Bottom menu bar included, main options, now hamburger menu, tweaked menu colors, better support for orientation changes. That's great because I've noticed the edges are more rounded. Over here on the left, the menu's a little bit more transparent. Everything looks a little bit neater and tidier. Here we can see the logic button is on, so it's highlighted green. These little subtle attention to detail help the visualization of understanding all that's going on just by looking at it. Gizmo visualization improvements, we went over that. And again, check out the local and global when you need to rotate objects. I find this very useful. Custom UI node improvements, new shapes added to allow creating better in-game menus and tutorials. Button components can include child widgets. I don't mess with the UI node much. I really should. HypeHype takes care of a lot of the UI stuff. When I would make games for the App Store and Play Store, I would always have a bare bones basic UI. You can have different buttons and text, and now you can set things to be children of an object. Shogun was playing around with this on a previous live stream. HypeHype has weekly live streams to help go over, update, play games, have game jams, and support their community when it comes to building out anything in HypeHype. Here we got panel 4. If I move it over here, it looks like some of these are parents. Warning, the selected component is not properly inside the parent layout. We got pre-made, number pad. One could spend a lot of time in here. Next, we got formula node improvements. This is the formula node. If you are a developer and you know how to code, you can do so much in here. I do not know how to code. This is very advanced for me, but this now supports vectors and has a separate module and remainder function. Very cool. Next, we got controller button customization improvement. Use icon without button. That's what we were playing with before. We can use an icon, let's say move without a button. We can have the appearance be none. Want the XYZ axis, so without an icon. Oh, before there was a circle icon. I really like the sci-fi one though. Oh, that looks cool. I wonder if we have none. Okay, that wouldn't be practical. Next we have drop down list scrolls automatically for selected item. I'm not sure what that means. items. I'm not sure if that's like we're looking at a list of items. It scrolls down to the selected item. So I'm scrolling. I don't think that's this. Lastly, explosive force node added group filter so creators can control object. This is cool. Let me show you a good example of this. Here we have bombs spawning and we can see how the explosion causes all these blocks to just blow up. And I'm going to put a bunch of these all over the place and visually see what's going on. Okay, so there's that. Turn the logic on. Let's find the bomb. Go to hierarchy. Here's the reusable. Look at the explosive force. We see group filter. Let's deselect orange and add a slice of orange fruit. And we'll make this a dynamic object so that it can move, but we're going to set the object to orange so it doesn't move by the explosive force. And let's test it. Notice that the object will still move if it's hit by the bomb object, but it will not move from the explosion the bomb gives off. This was a really big update for HypeHype with the introduction of multiplayer. Check out multiplayer if you haven't already. Let me know what you're excited to see in the future from HypeHype in the comments below. I'm super excited to see the multiplayer games get built out more and more. It would be cool to play with 5, 10, 20 other people on like a new game. Until next time, I'm HypeHype. Stay safe out there and peace.